Hello, coaches. Welcome to my Data Driven Basketball podcast. This is where we connect analytics to conditioning and coaching. The goal of this podcast is to show how analytics can guide preparation, training, and game plans, helping teams play smart with data to level the playing field, compete with superior talent, and turn numbers into wins. I've been there, I've done that, and now I'm sharing it with you. So let's get right into it. Data driven basketball starts with aggressive defense, relentless ball pressure, denial of passing lanes, rebounding, and a positionless transition offense. But to execute this style of play requires basketball specific conditioning. Players cannot just be generally fit, they must be conditioned on the court, with the ball, at game speed, under defensive pressure, conditioned to sprint, recover quickly, and still execute with accuracy. This type of conditioning connects directly to analytics because it prepares players to meet the numerical goals set in the style of play and game plan. Practice sessions must be geared to training players to read and react fast, with efficiency and control, even when they are tired. Passing, defending, shooting, rebounding, and decision making all need to be drilled at full speed so they hold up under the same pressure they will face in competition. On most teams I have coached, I emphasize the importance of shooting. Shooting has to be trained in game-like drills, full and half court, that match the pace of data-driven basketball. It cannot be casual reps. Each player should take at least 500 shots a day in game-like situations, under fatigue, at full tempo, so their rhythm and accuracy hold up during real competition.
As you develop this data-driven game culture, it is important that players understand why the numbers matter.
Analytics are not just statistics on a sheet. They define how we play and how we value possessions, shot attempts, points per possession, defensive stops, rebounds, and turnovers forced. Meeting these targets requires conditioning, discipline, and execution. When players see the game this way, it takes the subjectivity out, holds them accountable, and pushes them to reach higher standards. And conditioning is tremendously important in the process. The focus in practice and games connects directly to analytics and to the system adopted. Analytics sets the targets, and conditioning is what prepares players to reach them. It matters from preseason to in season, because without it, players cannot sustain the pace, make the right reads under fatigue, or execute with accuracy. Playing with analytics is playing smart. The game should be driven by clear and measurable goals that guide strategy and help players and coaches adjust in real time. In my coaching experience, analytics takes the subjective assessment out of player evaluation. It makes players accountable, and it serves as a motivator. Analytics is not about reviewing box scores after the game. It is about executing according to the numerical objectives of the game, possession by possession, at both ends of the court. And when that pace cannot be sustained, those coming off the bench must be ready to take over and maintain the same pressure, the same tempo, and the same discipline, all tied to the data-driven plan. It is not possible to reach basketball-based analytics goals with a team only 6 or 7 players deep. The entire roster has to be ready, trained, and conditioned to contribute. Data-driven basketball is about preparing smart, conditioning the right way, and executing according to numerical goals at game speed. Do that, and you give your team a real chance to win and to keep winning. That's today's talk, coaches. Thanks for listening, and I will keep breaking down and sharing my experiences on how analytics can be a game changer so that you may also enjoy the success I did.